Hello everybody. A very long day is coming to an end. 24 hours of an industrial ecology marathon. I hope you all enjoyed running with us this intense and extremely inspiring event. At the end of this exciting day, I would like to outline some strategical ideas that I have for the future development of the society, which I hope to initiate during my term as president. I strongly believe that the International Society for Industrial Ecology is in the best position to address the current and future global environmental challenges, as these demand systems thinking and a powerful toolset for sustainability assessment and implementation. Topics we, as industrial ecologists, are experts in. When we look at the structure of our society, the strong methodological competence is reflected by the setup of our sections. We have sections on first, industrial symbiosis and eco-industrial development. Second, socio-economic metabolism. Third, environmentally extended input-output analysis. And fourth, life cycle sustainability assessment. This is a very strong methodological foundation which enables us to tackle various environmental, global and regional problems from different viewpoints. Collaboration and communication between our sections exist. However, I believe that we can still leverage our impact by collaborating more strongly. For solving the main global environmental challenges, we need the competences of the entire industrial ecology society together, and not of single sections alone. We are often under-recognized or underestimated in our capabilities in providing the science for solving the global environmental challenges, such as creating a sustainable circular economy or a sustainable energy transition. All our sections contribute to these themes, but still we are often not recognized as a core scientific body for these topics. I believe that we can change that by collaborating and by joining forces. Joint cross-cutting activities on grand environmental challenges can serve as a unifying theme to exploit our synergies, catalyze collaboration within our community, and leverage our visibility and ultimately policy impact. We already have a couple of cross-cutting sections shown here in the green boxes. These include our most recently created sections, and this is certainly a very good start. For example, Simran Singh, chair of the Island section, stated in our membership forum that bringing industrial ecology, education and research to island-based universities could trigger synergies across the International Society of Industrial Ecology, given the urgency islands faced. There is an increasing appetite for systematic approaches as well as collaborative potential for seeking real-world solutions. In addition to the cross-cutting sections that we already have, I am convinced we can address several more of the grand environmental challenges that the world is facing. The first example is that we could jointly work on reaching the Sustainable Development Goals with industrial ecology solutions. This was the conference topic of the Gordon Research Conference in 2018, and we have seen great contributions of our community there. Natural resource use and environmental impacts are directly or indirectly related to all SDGs, making the field of industrial ecology a core discipline for achieving the SDGs. With concepts and methods prioritizing sustainable actions in resource management, technology development, and policymaking, industrial ecology is really uniquely positioned to quantify core benefits and resolve trade-offs between the various SDGs. A second example is creating a circular economy in a sustainable manner. All methods sections already deal with this topic, and also today on this Industrial Ecology Day, we have seen several sessions and manifold interesting contributions about this topic. However, compared to the amount of research we are doing, we are clearly under-recognized outside of the society. This problem was taken up by a group of members who worked jointly to position the international society towards synergy with the circular economy agenda. This committee suggested a number of changes to the webpage which are currently being implemented. They also suggested to add a tagline to make our activities in the field of circular economy more visible. This idea has provoked a lively discussion on our forum. This discussion is still open, and I encourage you to take part in it. And here you can see the link to this discussion thread, and you can simply insert your comment there. Out of this discussion, 3 alternatives for a tagline or slogan resulted. The first one, industrial ecology, science for a circular economy. The second one, the sustainability science that informs circular economy and climate change initiatives. And third, industrial ecology, the science for sustainability and circular economy. We are currently conducting a membership survey on whether and which of these options should be used as a tagline. Participation has already been great, but if you have not taken part in this survey, please do so. You can see the link here also in the bubble on the screen. This is a decision about the strategic direction of the society, and we want it to be backed up by our members. So please take part in the survey to make your voice heard. While all this is extremely valuable, our low visibility is not only about communication. I think it is obvious that this theme of circular economy needs the entire portfolio of industrial ecology methods and approaches to be jointly applied, as only then we will be able to create a circular economy that is really sustainable. We need, for example, input-output analysis to show resource priorities and hotspots. We need symbiosis to reveal circularity opportunities in industry. We need material flow analysis to map key materials and opportunities or barriers for closing loops. And we need life cycle assessment to assure that we are not only increasing circularity, but also the sustainability of the system. Hence, I think that we need a cross-cutting activity on the topic of circular economy to advance this further. A third grand environmental challenge is the transition towards sustainable energy systems. Actually, this is a prerequisite for a sustainable circular economy. All our sections deal with this topic, and again, today we have seen some great inputs to this topic. We are able to understand which human activities are related to which energy demands, and we can assess the various impacts, in contrast to other communities that typically focus only on single aspects, for example, climate change. This puts us in a unique position to come up with sustainable system solutions. We do not just shift problems, but we have a comprehensive view, and we can solve them with an overall best outcome. A fourth grand challenge is the sustainable supply of infrastructure, food, water, and energy for a growing population. A forward-looking activity on this challenge could address how to satisfy human needs and create human well-being for future generations without compromising the environment. The last example was actually stolen from today's conference program, namely green post-COVID recovery. This topic is very timely. As Sang Won Soo said in the preparation of today's session, it is important for a scholarly community to remain agile, constantly absorbing new information and tackling emerging challenges in and outside of the community. Communities that flourish are the ones that constantly internalize such information and reinvent and reshape themselves. I think this is a very nice quote, and it means that we need to pick up timely challenges prominently, such as, for example, green post-COVID recovery. Another final idea is referring to outreach. It could be a joint activity on educational material. This could encompass really all sections and activities. It could include IC-branded videos, presentation slides, online courses, and more for various audiences. Now, these were some examples of potential cross-cutting activities, which I believe can glue our methodological skills together and where we can have a large joint impact in practice if we work together. I encourage a wider discussion within the society on these and potentially other key themes, which we may have missed, as I think it is important that we all identify with them and share ownership of them. We intend to pursue a similar democratic approach as with the tagline discussion. And there is already a start of a membership discussion on our forum. You can see the link here. Please also engage in this discussion. I can assure you that we look very closely at what our members say when setting priorities for our society's strategical direction. Of course, it is not only enough to determine priority themes for IC, but we then also need to take the next steps in implementing joint cross-cutting activities. How could this look like? The leanest form would be to organize thematic workshops or conferences, as we have seen this today. Many of the sessions today actually did address the grand challenges that were just mentioned, directly or indirectly. Another possibility is to create temporary activities like working groups that are, for example, targeted at publishing state-of-the-art or visionary documents on what industrial ecology can offer and contribute to a particular grand challenge. Such publications would certainly have a larger impact than smaller papers of individual members alone. Finally, following our traditions, this could be done by creating new thematic sections that collaborate with all the method-driven sections. I hope that many of you got motivated today to do more in this regard. If you feel inspired to get engaged, one way to kick this off is a proposal submission. IC has some funds which we make available to proposals submitted and voted on by members. This is seed funding and could, for example, be used to fund a part-time position to coordinate your joint work. One example of what a proposal could entail is to write a sort of business plan for a new section or working group, with the goals, definition of work, a survey in which members are already active in the field and could potentially contribute, with envisioned outputs and target audiences. The call for membership proposals has already been launched and is open until June 25. So if you need to get engaged, you need to hurry up a bit. But it is a rather straightforward process and it will not take you a lot of time to submit a proposal if you have a compelling idea. Here you see the link which can help you in doing so. If you have already gathered a critical mass of people and know what you want to do, you can of course also directly propose to the board of the society to create a section. In whatever form, I hope that many of you get active in co-shaping the society activities, be it through sharing your views on the forum, becoming a member of a future cross-cutting activity, or even as a champion that coordinates one of these activities. With this, I want to close the strategic outlook and get back to today's event. I'm sure that we all miss social interactions within our society, and many of us regret that it was not possible to meet in person today. But I think this event was not a poor substitute. In fact, I think in many ways it has paved the way for a new mode of advancing science without some of the negative side effects that we are used to take for granted. One of these side effects is the environmental impacts that we cause through traveling to conferences. 2 years ago, in fact, particularly younger society members created a conference travel group that aimed at reducing the impacts of conference travel. Together with the conference committee, they worked on concrete suggestions how we can be more sustainable in our society activities, in addition to doing research about sustainability. In spite of the broad support that this group of mainly young society members enjoyed, I believe nobody of us would have expected how quickly we would listen to these recommendations. But the COVID situation forced us to learn and adapt quickly. And it showed that low-carbon scientific events are feasible and valuable. Another advantage not to be underestimated is regional justice. Traveling costs are often prohibitive for especially young researchers from lower-income countries. And although we try to provide scholarships for conference travel, only a few can benefit from those. Today, there was no such barrier, as our membership fees for low-income countries are very moderate. And they even can be zero for students from the lower income countries. As a society, we aim for diversity and inclusion, and events like today can greatly contribute to fulfilling this aim. These are two key benefits that we can never achieve with physical conferences to the same degree, no matter how much we try to compensate our flying impacts or provide travel grants for researchers from lower income countries. I'm not saying, however, that we should never meet again in person. After all, we are all social beings and the informal part of a conference is very important. But we experience today that events like the Industrial Ecology Day also deserve a fixed place in our meeting culture. Maybe today we have actually started a tradition. This event could only take place because of the tireless engagement of a large number of people. The main conference organizers, Anna Petit and Stefan Pauliuk, did an incredible job, amazing job, in putting together an attractive program in little time. They did the overall conceptualization and coordination, and also integrated new conference formats, such as, for example, the online poster sessions, accommodating for the preferences of our members. They were supported by many volunteers in the regional and digital committees. Also by the section leaders, who organized a multitude of sessions, in addition to further volunteers that ran sessions. Finally, Paul Hookman, who created the online interface, also helped. I would like to express our deep gratitude to all these people who engaged so much to make this wonderful day happen. It has been a great event and a wonderful model for future events. Let's do it again in the future. I wish you all a relaxing evening, night, or day, wherever you are. Take care, stay healthy, and hopefully see you soon again.